I'm Jag from Syscoin, building software for over 25 years. Been in and around the blockchain space since the beginning. In 2014 we launched Syscoin, which is their one that's merged mined with Bitcoin. We were the first to do SegWit, first to do mainnet Lightning networks, and we found to do multiple currencies Lightning networks. There was the American call option problem, there was flood and loot attacks, so we left that alone. We studied trusted execution environments, found centralization endpoints, we studied proof of stake within proof of work. We solved a bunch of problems in the space around merge mining. In 2017, 2018, we ran a public company in Canada. We sort of exited that, bootstrapped the protocol into the foundation. We're registered in Dubai now. We created the first DA protocol. We actually launched a Bitcoin-focused DA solution on our layer 1 that's enshrined. And then we were the first dual-chain infrastructure, the UTXO and EVM, which launched back in 2021. And then we just launched Rollux, which is our layer 2. It's running on with the full Bitcoin security.
So great. So let's start with basically one of the questions in there. Let me some intro. I mean, layer 2s are already. I mean, one of the first layer 2s is Lightning Network, right? It's the micropayments network, and basically, and Bitcoin's solving the problem of the scalability issue, basically. And I know back in the days, just several years ago, the Lightning Network was still beta. Not all the payments were going through, right? So, and I'm from Czech Republic, and we have basically a strong, a lot of OGs in a Bitcoin community in there, and then basically the engineers, the building the nodes and working on that to make it work, you know. But basically even a portable POS with the node itself. So that's all basically every technology, every upgrade, every innovation have some basically some beginning, some hard work to do. And so what we look at now is, the question is to you guys is, what are the primary challenges facing Bitcoin layer 2 adoption and integration, right? And how is your team tackling these issues? So Jack, how about Syscoin?
Yeah, I mean, like, Lightning Networks has their own challenges. Like, there's no consensus, so therefore you can't do order book dexes and stuff like this. They had flood and loot attack, and you can't solve the trilemma when you're doing anything off of the consensus layer. So due to the fact that there's a trilemma, you know, the drawback of Lightning Networks was always the cost of attack was going to be lower than the amount of profit and flood and loot, and this has been proven. And so, you know, then you get into other challenges if you try to do other things with other currencies. So, you know, in our solutions, if you're going to have a consensus, you end up having some sort of honest majority assumption of that new consensus. And the more you look at it, the deeper you go, you end up trying to solve the security of the light client. So if you think of Bitcoin as sort of the financial capital of the world, and all of these blockchains are just islands or cities, you have to be able to transfer from one to the other. When you're moving from one to the other and you're moving back, you're burning the Bitcoin and you're saying, look, I want my Bitcoin back out of the taproot address, like using BitVM or something. You end up having a light client assumption, and there's always some sort of honest majority assumption. What I mean by honest majority is, like, you know, if you say what Citria is doing is 500 block reorg protection, and even they don't disclose this, but that assumption's there. You know, you're assuming that Bitcoin won't roll back 500 blocks. That's still an honest majority assumption. And some of the other solutions, like layer 2s, you have new consensus, new proof of stake, or new some sort of consensus algorithms that have sidechain security. Like Stacks has a 70% majority assumption. You know, most of the layer 2s have some. It's pretty good security, but in our view, we've tried to maximize the light client securities. Satoshi left this little hint before. He was saying, you know, look at merge mining. But merge mining by itself is not going to give you that security, because if you're going to think of light client security, in merge mining you can actually create fake chains as long as you want. You can keep mining Bitcoin, and then you can mine your side chain as long as you want and create an attack. In order to solve that, we analyzed and found finality will fix that problem, right? So if you solve that problem, you can actually inherit Bitcoin security directly, and you actually create sidechain honest majority plus BTC honest majority. And that actually gives us best-in-class security. So this is sort of a big breakthrough that we're exposing to the industry right now, coupled with the fact that if you are able to do this on the side, you're able to create a modular stack. Modular stack meaning data availability as well. Once you have data availability, then you could bring your build your fractal chains. And there's no need for LN there, right? You have consensus built in. You have the ability to do EVM. All the stuff that's borrowed from the Solidity is kind of given to you for free. So it's, it starts and ends with light client securities. If you have your favorite L2s, ask them what their light client security is and see what their answer is.
Great. So next question would be, could you guys share some examples of collaboration, between different ecosystems you guys are doing for the growth of the Bitcoin Layer 2 ecosystem, and how important do you think they are? So how about Jack? What do you do for the collaborations?
Yeah, we're infrastructure guys, so we're focused more on the security and decentralization. So if we build something that has the security, the light client is the most secure, it becomes sort of a layer 0 for Bitcoin, where other hubs, some things like, for example, DA, right? So a lot of chains like Nubit are coming out right now with sidechain security assumptions, by the way. So having something secure, decentralized, means you can componentize that and use it in other places. Like Merlin chain might need DA, so as a light client we can build into Merlin that would serve the DA, right? But the other chains are very valuable as well, like you're saying, for bringing in users. So having infrastructure means we should be able to, if we do have the secure infrastructure, you're allowed to cross-utilize components in other ecosystems. But the other ecosystems can also bring in important facets like users and adoption and DeFi protocols. So, for us, we're, trying to focus on the security and decentralization. If protocols value that, you want to plug in the concepts of DA and maybe execution layers, or ordering and build their layer 2s on top. That's also something we can accommodate. But there are a few partners we're working with to expand the DA, just like Celestia, Avail, and some of these other solutions are providing as well.
How do you envision the role of Bitcoin Layer 2s in the blockchain and the cryptocurrency space in let's say, this year and next year?
I think the cross-collab between the ETH ecosystem and BTC ecosystem is going to enable this UX boom, the account abstraction and stuff on the EVM is going to help a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of risks in the world that, nuclear or AGI and all this stuff coming up as well. So it's critical we lay the foundation, lay the roads down for a proper city to be created and in the most decentralized way. And so it's almost a first mover advantage to build this out and capture the moat of that Bitcoin ecosystem. But there's going to be a bunch popping up, and some are going to survive, some may not, and it's our job to sort of filter them out and cross-collaborate with them to pick out the best features and make sure that they're brought to the light and brought to the public and benefit from its for its public utility.